Moving abroad sounds romantic until the first government form appears. Before that moment, you imagine yourself walking through a beautiful old town, drinking coffee in a tiny square, learning a few charming local phrases, and slowly becoming the kind of person who says, "I know a great little bakery around the corner," with suspicious confidence. You imagine sunlight, freedom, a different rhythm of life. Maybe Italy, maybe Portugal, maybe Spain, maybe somewhere where lunch is not just food, but a small constitutional right. And then reality arrives. Not dramatically. Not with thunder. It arrives as a PDF. A government PDF. In a language you sort of recognize, but not enough to understand whether you are applying for residency, registering your address, requesting a tax number, or accidentally declaring yourself a small agricultural vehicle. And that is the moment when many future expats discover a new industry. Not real estate. Not tourism. Not language schools. The Expat Helper Economy. People, agencies, consultants, relocation experts, visa advisors, tax specialists, school consultants, document whisperers, appointment hunters, local fixers, and sometimes just a person from a Facebook group who says, "Don't worry, I know how it works." And honestly, sometimes they really do. But sometimes they are selling you something much more delicate than a service. They are selling confidence. The confidence market. The first thing to understand is this. Expats often do not pay only for information. They pay for the feeling that someone understands the system. Because moving abroad turns normal life into a maze. In your own country, getting a document is annoying. In another country, getting a document becomes an archaeological expedition. You need the right office, the right appointment, the right form, the right translation, the right stamp, the right version of the right form, because apparently the old version from 6 months ago is now emotionally unacceptable to the system. And when you ask 3 people what to do, you often get 4 answers. One person says, "You need an appointment." Another says, "No, just walk in." A third says, "You need a certified translation." A fourth says, "My cousin did it without translation in 2018. And then someone appears online and says, "I can handle everything for you." At that moment, they do not just look like a service provider. They look like a lighthouse. A slightly expensive lighthouse, yes, but still a lighthouse. Why helpers exist? It is easy to laugh at people who pay helpers. But most expats are not stupid. They are tired. They are overloaded. They are trying to make life decisions while fighting 5 invisible monsters at once: language, bureaucracy, time pressure, fear of mistakes, and the suspicious feeling that every official website was designed during a coffee shortage. A person moving abroad may be dealing with rent, school, health insurance, bank accounts, tax numbers, visas, pets, cars, documents, job contracts, kids, old parents, remote income, and the emotional weight of starting over. And everything is connected. You cannot get a rental contract without a local document. You cannot get the local document without an address. You cannot get an address without the rental contract. At this point, bureaucracy becomes less like a system and more like a philosophical joke. So, helpers appear because confusion creates demand. And where there is demand, there is business. Some of that business is useful. Some of it is overpriced. And some of it is basically fog wearing a blazer. Good helper value. A good helper does not magically control the system. A good helper reduces friction. That is the cleanest way to think about it. A good helper can say, "This is the official requirement. This is the official fee. This is my service fee. This is what I can do. This is what I cannot guarantee." This is where you can verify my license. This is what happens if the office rejects your application. That is useful. Not glamorous, but useful. A good helper is not a wizard. A good helper is more like a good mechanic. They do not promise that your car will become a spaceship. They just know which noise means danger, which part is missing, and which guy at the garage is absolutely going to overcharge you if you walk in looking confused. That is real value. For example, if you need a certified translation, a proper apostille, tax advice for 2 countries, school navigation for children, healthcare access with a chronic condition, or a complicated immigration case, expert help can save time and prevent expensive mistakes. In these cases, the helper is not just clicking buttons for you. They are preventing you from stepping on bureaucratic Lego. And anyone who has ever stepped on bureaucratic Lego knows it hurts in the soul. The expensive normal. There's also a category that feels annoying but is not automatically a scam. The expensive convenience service. This is where the official process may be cheap or even free, but a private company charges you for speed, language, remote support, reminders, document checking, appointment help, or just doing the annoying part for you. For example, an official tax number may be cheap or free through the government route, but a private service may charge you to arrange it remotely. Is that a scam? Not necessarily. It depends on transparency. If they clearly say, the official process is free or cheaper, we charge you because we save time, provide remote support, explain the steps, and reduce friction. That is a convenience service. Maybe expensive, maybe unnecessary, but not automatically dishonest. The problem begins when they present their fee as if it were an official requirement. That is the fog zone. And the fog zone is where the expat helper economy becomes interesting. Because many people are not technically lying. They are just arranging words in a way that makes your wallet lose balance. The fog invoice. There is a special kind of helper who sells certainty where certainty does not exist. They use phrases like, we guarantee approval. We have a special channel. This always works. You cannot do this alone. Official information is outdated. We know people inside. Don't ask too many questions. These phrases should make your internal alarm system wake up, stretch, and throw a chair. Because in most serious processes, no private helper can guarantee the decision. They can prepare documents. They can review your case. They can translate. They can submit. They can represent you if they are legally authorized. But they cannot become the government. If a person guarantees an outcome that only a state office, immigration authority, tax office, court, school, or municipality can decide, they are not selling service. They are selling theater. And sometimes, very expensive theater. This is where the phrase becomes useful. A good helper reduces friction. A bad helper sells fog with an invoice. Keep that in your pocket. It works in almost every country. Rich fool pricing. There is another layer, the rich foreigner tax. Not an official tax. More like a vibe. Some services look at expats and assume this person has money, fear, and no local knowledge. Excellent. Bring the premium package. The package may include basic translation, simple document upload, a PDF checklist, one video call, a few WhatsApp messages, and the emotional atmosphere of a Swiss private bank. Price, somehow €900. Now, again, price alone does not prove anything. Some real experts are expensive because they solve serious problems. A tax specialist who prevents double taxation may be worth every euro. A licensed immigration lawyer handling a complicated case may be expensive for a reason. A relocation agent in a brutal housing market may save you weeks. But the question is not, is it expensive? The magic channel. One of the most suspicious products in the expat world is the special channel. Someone says they can get you an appointment faster, or get your case approved, or push your file, or talk to someone inside. Now, in some countries, there are real professional routes, real authorized representatives, real priority services, real legal procedures. But vague, special access is dangerous, because it creates a fantasy that the public system is only for ordinary people, but this helper has a secret door. And maybe there are places where informal networks matter. But as a foreigner, you should be extremely careful before paying for something that cannot be verified. Because I know someone can mean 3 different things. It can mean, I understand the process. It can mean, I know which office handles this. Or it can mean, please give me money and stop asking grown-up questions. The third version is the one with teeth. The password problem. Another red flag, when a helper asks for your personal account passwords. Not formal authorization. Not a signed power of attorney. Not an official representative form. Just, give us your login and password. We will do everything. That is not convenience. That is handing your digital house keys to a stranger because they smile professionally. Many expat processes involve sensitive information: passport scans, bank statements, tax numbers, children's documents, health records, contracts, income, addresses. Once you send these documents into the wild, they do not come back wearing a little hat saying, "We are safe now." So ask, how do you store documents? Who has access? Do you delete them after the service? Do you need my password, or can I authorize you properly? Will I receive copies of everything submitted? If a service gets irritated by these questions, that is useful information. Not all useful information is pleasant. Housing, the trapdoor. Housing is one of the most dangerous areas for expats, because the need is urgent. You arrive soon. You need an address. You need the address for documents. The market is competitive. You are not physically there. You are tired. And suddenly, a perfect apartment appears. Beautiful photos. Central location. Suspiciously good price. The landlord is abroad, naturally. The viewing is impossible, obviously. But you can secure it today with a deposit. This is where common sense must enter the room wearing heavy boots. Never let panic rent an apartment for you. A good relocation helper can be valuable here. They can check the area, arrange viewings, verify documents, help understand the contract, and warn you when something smells like a fish market in August. But a fake helper or fake landlord can use exactly the same emotional pressure. Many people are interested. You must pay now. We cannot show the apartment. Use this unusual payment method. If you hesitate, you lose it. In housing, urgency is often the costume of fraud. The helper test. Before paying any helper, use a simple test. Ask them to separate 4 things: official requirement, official fee, their service fee, their guarantee. This small test is brutal. A good helper can answer calmly. A bad helper starts dancing. For example, what is the official government fee? Where can I verify it? Is your fee separate? What exact result do I receive from you? Do you guarantee approval or only preparation? Are you licensed or registered for this type of advice? Can I check your registration publicly? What happens if my application is refused? Do I get copies of everything? Do you need my password, or do you use formal authorization? This is not being difficult. This is being an adult with a wallet. And when you move abroad, your wallet already has enough enemies. The free alternative. Another important question. Is there a free or official alternative? Many countries have government portals, official helplines, nonprofit newcomer services, municipal offices, school admission pages, tax guidance, healthcare registration instructions, and official lists of authorized professionals. They may not be beautiful. They may not be simple. They may look like someone designed them using a spreadsheet in quiet resentment. But they are often the source of truth. A private helper can interpret the process, but the official source owns the process. That distinction matters. Forums and Facebook groups are useful for real-life experience. They tell you what actually happens, how long people wait, which office is slow, which area is difficult, which document confused everyone last month. But forums are not law. A comment from a person named Digital Nomad Tiger 77 may be helpful. It should not become your immigration strategy. Use communities for texture. Use official sources for rules. Use professionals for complex cases. And use your brain for everything. When to pay. So when is it worth paying? Pay when the cost of a mistake is high. Pay when the process is legally complex. Pay when the language barrier creates real risk. Pay when time matters more than money. Pay when you have children and school placement is involved. Pay when healthcare navigation is serious. Pay when tax residency, double taxation, or business income crosses borders. Pay when the helper has clear credentials, transparent pricing, and a defined scope. Do not pay just because someone makes the process sound terrifying. Fear is not a service. Fear is a sales channel, and it works very well on people who are far from home. When to walk away. Walk away when someone guarantees a government decision. Walk away when they refuse to separate official fees from service fees. Walk away when they cannot show registration or licensing where licensing matters. Walk away when they want full payment immediately and refuse written scope. Walk away when they ask for passwords instead of proper authorization. Walk away when they say, "Trust me, this is how things work here," but cannot point to one official source. Walk away when the service feels less like help and more like emotional blackmail and business casual. And especially walk away when the main product is urgency. Pay today or lose everything is rarely the voice of wisdom. It is usually the sound of someone trying to stop you from thinking. The expat illusion. There is a deeper point here. When we dream about moving abroad, we imagine the beautiful part. The sea, the mountains, the architecture, the food, the slower mornings, the different life. But relocation is not just changing scenery. It is changing systems. And systems are where dreams go for paperwork. That does not mean the dream is bad. It means the dream needs admin. Every beautiful life abroad has a back end. Somewhere behind the balcony, the coffee, and the sunset, there is a tax number, a health insurance form, a rental contract, a school email, and a password you forgot to save. The helper economy exists because the dream has a back end. And most people only discover it after they arrive. The smart mindset. The smart mindset is not never hire anyone. That is not realistic. The smart mindset is buy help, not helplessness. A good helper should make you more informed, not more dependent. After speaking with them, you should understand the process better. You should know what is official and what is optional. You should know what you are paying for. You should know the next step. You should feel calmer, but not hypnotized. Because the goal is not to outsource your judgment. The goal is to reduce chaos while keeping control. That is the difference between using a service and becoming someone's business model. Final thought. Moving abroad is still one of the most powerful ways to change your life. It can give you new streets, new habits, new food, new light, new people, new problems, and sometimes even a new version of yourself who knows how to order coffee without panic. And yes, sometimes you will need help. That is normal. There is no shame in paying someone who genuinely knows the path. Just remember, the best helpers do not sell miracles. They sell clarity. They do not replace your judgment. They sharpen it. So if you also want to change your life, to feel the joy of living in another country, to wake up somewhere where the air, the language, and even the supermarket cheese section feel like a small adventure, go for it. Build the plan. Ask questions. Check sources. Pay for real expertise when it matters. But keep your hands on the steering wheel. Because a new life abroad should not begin with you buying fog from a confident stranger with a PDF and a logo. And now I want to ask you, what is the most suspicious expat helper offer you have ever seen? Was it a real service, a clever business, or just a person selling guaranteed confidence from a laptop in a cafe?